Hello, hello. How are you? How is everyone? The chat's having some stuff already going on. Looking forward to this today. I actually enjoy these. I guess it's because I can interact with you guys. Don't have to worry about interrupting people. And it was good. It was good on Monday, and I look forward to it today. So let me just make a few announcements, like I always do. If you're new, you'll get used to this. The Chicago gathering. So those of you that are new, I know there's a lot of you. I'm hearing from a lot of new people. It is the gatherings for my husband and I and our team. It's fulfilling a prophetic word from our dear friend and mentor, Prophet Kim Clement, before he passed, actually just a couple months before he became ill. This is our 12th one. It is that's the number of government. This is going to be a powerful one of all the times to do a 12th one on April 13th, right outside of Chicago. That's really going to be like a regional meeting for that area. So please come on out if you can make it. Go right here to thegatheringmovement.org. Tickets are always free. We don't charge. We don't want money to stop anyone from becoming part of such a move of God in that region. That region's going to never be the same. I believe that with the team we're bringing in and the people that are coming and the prayer that's going to happen during that time. You really need to make it. Go there and you'll see it says get tickets. Just sign up. You can get 4 at a time. If you need more, bring kids. We love to have kids. Now, how do we do these? I had a couple of people email me and say, well, how do you do it? Does this help to do it? What do you do? Obviously, donations are always accepted. You can go there and donate. There's a little give up on the top. Sadly, I can't go to American Airlines and say, hey, we have 18 people we fly in. If we pray for you guys, can you give us the tickets? Doesn't work. So we've got to generate funds to do this. So donations, of course. The other way is, as you can see, the top I'm wearing. This is our daughter Jenna put up a website, joyandcountry.com. Really amazing stuff, guys. I mean, incredible. God's got this t-shirts and sweatshirts, just great stuff. Also, like work things like this. She gave this to me today. I absolutely love it. It is the most beautiful thing. I can't even tell you. It's called Peaceful Thoughts. And if you go to joyandcountry.com, it's a hoodie, as you can see. Very stretchy, ladies, to hide anything we got to hide. And it is in Delora's closet on the website, joyandcountry.com. If you go in the description of this video, it'll be you can click that link. It'll bring you right to this right here on the website. Also, she told me to tell you, I have to read this. She added nearly 100 new items this week. So check them out under the new tab on the website. Lots of new and fun apparel to transition into spring. Okay, so that's that. The other thing is our other way we're able to do the gatherings is we partnered with an American-made family-owned company. If you want to get information about that, this isn't going to bring you there. It's going to give you information. You can sign up with your name and email address. Is wearetakingitback.com. That's right from Kim. That's all he talked about. We are taking it back. So wearetakingitback.com. Go there, give us your name, email, and phone. You'll hear from us by text. And you can get information like the lipstick I'm wearing, nail polish I'm wearing. I mean, almost everything I have on my face is from that place, which I can't name because President 43 and 44, same person, sued them. That'll give you a little idea how much they are for America, pro-life. They're awesome. Okay, that's it. Last but not least, I get people write this up for me because I don't remember this stuff. Like, please, subscribe, share. But this is from me. If you have not seen Monday's video, you need to go back and watch it, because the reason I'm doing this is because of that. The reason God sent me here to do this is because of that. So go back, watch that. It's a great premise to bounce off of what I'm doing here. Okay. All right. So let's get the party started. Get all my notes together. Renee has put up a couple times already. Oh, Sue, thanks. Yeah, God, you got God's got this tea. It's so soft. Yes, it is. This is really, you have no idea. Like, I'm going out and I'm wearing this. Anyway, what is happening right now is very, very interesting. There is, I just got off the phone on my birthday, was Sunday, and I got off the phone. My family in Indiana FaceTimed me, and Dennis and I were talking to them, the grandkids, and the solar eclipse that's happening on April 8th is going right through Indiana where they live. And I asked them, I had heard something before I set it up. I'd asked them if school was closed on April 8th. And they said, yes, it was. So what I'm going to tell you is firsthand. I got things firsthand. Very interesting. But let me start right from the beginning. Okay. What is a solar eclipse? What's the big hoorah anyway? It's when the moon passes in between the earth and the sun. Now, for those of you that are my globalists, believe in the globe, earth, it's explained to you by those that I don't trust. But hold on, I've got to check something. I've got stuff happening here that you don't know of, and I've got to take care of it. And hopefully that does. And it does. Okay, so we're good. Oh, no. You can see what I deal with. I need a producer. Okay, is that better? That's better. All right. Okay, is that good? That's good. Okay, I could disappear on you like that. Did you know that? All right, so here we are. It's when the moon passes in between the earth and the sun. For those that believe in a flat earth or square earth or, elliptoid, whatever you believe, whatever you think, it absolutely works for that as well. So don't concern yourself. I can't go into that now. This is not about that. I could explain it, but I'm not going to do that. So the solar eclipse is 8 days after Easter. I find that very interesting. And 8 of the cities that it goes through one is named Jonah, 8 are named Nineveh, and 1 is named Texas. And someone just said, big event here in Texas. That's Renee. Yes, it goes through Rapture, Texas. But why are the schools in all those states closing for that day? They never closed before. When I was in school, it was a big event, and we would talk about it in class. And I mean, it's all of 2.5 or 3 minutes. I don't understand why schools are closing, but they are. So let me explain to you. How often does this happen? Well, the first one is the first one in 38 years for the United States. And there's not another one in 2044. This one is covering many cities and is going to block up to 90% of the sun. There'll be many minutes of darkness. No, Sammy just said spring break, maybe. No, they got the day off because of the solar eclipse. I verified that and checked that. Now, what I find interesting first, there's so much I find interesting, but the first thing I find interesting, I'm going to show you. This has been going on for the last few weeks. Historical chance of clouds on April 8th. Now, this is the thing. I've been following these. You have to understand, I was into astronomy, and I mean, I was little and had like 5 years old, had a globe in my room, and I love this stuff, or loved it. I don't ever remember, nor has anyone else that I've spoken to ever remember that people were looking into the historical chance of clouds. What about the cloud cover? What will it be? When you have a solar eclipse, you see it. If there's a little bit of clouds, you're still going to see through it. It's very, very bright, and it really pretty much goes through clouds and everything, which is why they tell you to wear the glasses, which is very smart. You don't want to hurt your eyes because of the intensity of it. But they've got a whole big thing about the cloud cover. So what are they trying to hide something? That's my first question. That was predicted about a month ago. Now I've got written here. So what is going on? Let me show you what is happening. The last eclipse, not a full solar eclipse, was in August of 2017. So you can see how it's traveling from Oregon all the way down through Georgia. This one is going from Mexico all the way through to Maine. Now, that was 7 years ago. As I was doing this, I felt a very strong prophetic feeling. I don't like to say things the way other people do. So you'll get used to me. That 7 days before April 8th and 7 days after April 8th is going to pretty much tell the story of what will happen over the next few months. 7 days before and 7 days after. Now, there is a town, it's called Carbondale, Illinois. If you look at where the X marks the spot there, that little area is called Carbondale, but it's known to people that live there and people that know of it. It's known as Little Egypt. Okay, so keep that in your mind. Now let me do a little Bible study here, real little. Every time many people, even politicians, when they speak of what could happen with Mr. T and what is coming, they speak about the parting of the Red Sea. So the reason that is spoken, and it's very, very interesting, especially for now, is the Israelites, led by Moses, who grew up in Pharaoh's house as his son. He came from there, just like Mr. T. He grew up in the whole system that we're trying to bring down. He's the one that led the Israelites out of slavery, millions of them following him through the desert. They escaped because of miracles that happened. They escaped. And what happens is they get to this enormous body of water, like the size of an ocean, and it's the Red Sea. And there's nowhere else to go. They go back and they're being chased. They can't go forward. There's mountains. It's just the Red Sea or nothing. He lifts up his rod and the Red Sea parts. And that is how they escaped. Pharaoh and all of the people who were chasing them, and they actually escaped Egypt that was enslaving them. Okay? X on the map from the last 2017 solar eclipse to this one crosses over in a town called Little Egypt. Now, let me give you the next slide. This Little Egypt, same exact path, okay? Watch this. You see here, over on the side, actually for you it would be this way, okay, coming down. That is a fault line following the solar eclipse from 2017. This one following this way, okay, you're seeing this, is the one that is following the solar eclipse on April 8th. X marks the spot, same spot, Little Egypt. Same location in Illinois. Now, what does that mean? For me, it means Little Egypt, we are now in an exodus. Watch 7 days before April 8th, 7 days after April 8th. The exodus that will happen is that we will be given a sign by these two eclipses. These eclipses not man-made. These are something that happens right in the way God set it all up. Those two fault lines, same thing, earthquake, something earth-shattering that will happen. Little Egypt. It's a spiritual and a physical awakening, and it's a prophetic sign that we are going to be coming out of slaves. Okay, so there will be false flags. And there will be false flags in the heavenlies. Now, everybody is saying and has been saying, ETs. You know what I mean by ETs. And there'll be fake ETs. And and I've been saying that's not going to happen. I think they tested it in Miami. Those were fake. And it was like, yeah, all right, we're too smart for this. I think they're going a different way. There has always been signs in the heavens, and there will be more signs in the heavens, but no fear. Do not have fear. This is another exodus, my friends. And during this exodus, which was right out of the Word of God, the whole world will crumble. That is not part of what God wanted. Now, this past Monday, we spoke about signs. We spoke about numbers, 1111, 333, all these different numbers. My husband and I have a consecutive number that things always happen around that number. Now, there was I'm not going to say a cyber attack because it wasn't. There was a event that happened yesterday. Okay. I had all kinds of people texting me and everything. There was an event. A couple of the platforms went down. If you go to downdetector.com, okay, remember that, downdetector.com. Anytime stuff like that happens, you can go right in there and it'll tell you exactly what's going on. The news came out first and said it was solar flares. Then they changed it and said it was probably a cyber attack. Not sure why. Something happened last week. Same thing. Solar flares. Not sure. This solar flare situation, okay? A solar flare is, according to the, who I'm talking about, that government agency, says they are gases that come off and explode off of the sun. Now, the sun, according to them, is 93 million miles away. I don't know how 93 million miles away. This stuff makes no sense. I can't even try to make sense of it. And the most brilliant people believe it. But, that's neither here nor there. But if you understand that comets, I'm going to speak about that in a second. This comet that's circling around here. Comets and solar flares and all these things that we cannot prove. We can't prove them. It's like what they did 4 years ago. People aren't going to buy it again. But this is something new. How are we going to say that's not true? That is true. It's a very unique thing. And I think this is how perhaps what they will use to get us to stay in our homes. And they're doing a warm-up. So here's the warm-up. Let me see. I don't think I have a picture of it, but before I go there, I want to show you one other thing that I find highly, highly interesting. This was on channel 11 THV, and this is tips for the eclipse. The tips are not wear glasses, don't look at the sun, don't go out, don't look up, direct with your eyes, no. The tips are this: schedule errands and appointments early. Have communication plan with family and friends. Have cash on hand in case of limited internet access. Buy necessary groceries and gas. Expect heavy traffic and long lines for local services. Okay, Rhonda, no. No, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I believe they are planning that. I don't believe it's going to come to pass. That's my opinion. If I felt an alarm, I would tell you. I feel an alarm. I might not be all that in a bag of chips. But one thing you can count on me is being honest and giving you the truth as I feel before God. This I find interesting. I don't know why they would do that. What would be the reason? Because this is what is happening right after that. The Devil's Comet. Let me explain to you why it's called that. It's called the Devil's Comet because the gases that are coming off this comet are coming through the back and through the front, and it's projecting like two horn-like extremes of gas. Okay, it's also a volcanic comet, which means there's volcanoes blowing things up on the comet. Okay, so what they are saying is that on April 8th, there will be the availability for us to see the Devil's Comet. Now, this comet, according to that agency, has been around since 1812. My first question is, how did you know that, Ben? My second question is, what happened to it if this is the same comet from 1812? I find that a very interesting year, considering that's the year that the United States, that was the War of 1812, declared war on Britain. So this is the comet, Devil's Comet, that has been around since 1812. It's 12.4 miles across. As we get closer, it'll be around April 8th, but after that, you watch the week after that now. It's, if I'm correct, and I think I probably am, the week after that, you're going to be hearing more about this comet that for 7 days. That is going to set up the possibility of what we probably won't be doing near the end of the year to change everything we're in. That whole situation where we have to go somewhere and do this, that is probably what they're going to use, because we can't check it. We can't verify it. We have to believe them. Like the last one, it's got to believe them. Then you're going to hear of people, flares hitting people, and we got to stay in the house. Okay, somebody had a question. Let me go back and look. Here we go. I have, Ashley, I have a gathering on April 13th, and I'm going into Chicago. Fear will never rule me, my friend. Do not let it rule you. Have a great time. Go on vacation. Have a great time. And again, I can only speak for me. I will not let fear ever, ever rule me. If they can get you in fear, they've got you. Fear affects your mind. Fear affects your spirit. Fear affects you physically. That is the place they want you. So, my friend, get before God and ask God. I'm not, unless we are in a place where we cannot leave our homes. You'll see me in Chicago April 13th with bells on. Anyway, okay. So we've got these tips everywhere. We've got the 2 times now in 2 weeks, this social media going down. Again, if you didn't hear me, down detector. Yes. I'm sorry, guys, but I'm able to do this now. I love it. Nina, yes. This is a Joy and Country top hoodie. Cute, right? So cute. Renee will put up the link. She's got it. It's really, it's so stretchy. It makes me feel like I could go eat pizza and not have to worry about it. Anyway, okay, so we got that. We got the tips now. So let me tell you, Canada. I don't understand Canada. Let me show you this again. Watch. Let's do this. Okay. So you got Toronto. You got up near Quebec. That's it. Canada canceled school. I don't know what to tell you. Arkansas, Indiana, Ohio, Texas, I believe the part up in the area that it's going through canceled school. Okay, so what happens is people, and if you watch Monday, you'll get this. Said enough, something said enough becomes truth. You say it over and over and over and over again. It will become truth. It's a form of brainwashing. Once enough people believe that truth, it becomes part of our culture. So this is what is going on. They're getting us used to the internet on and off. It's getting us used to it. Getting us used to signs in the sky. And now, the devil's comet and all this stuff is happening. And, we even have to cancel school because of it. And, make sure you got gas in your car because of the eclipse. This is not this. Let me put it up again. That is not eclipse tips. This was all over the place, okay? And that is to get you used to seeing that again. Little by little, they rope you in, little by little. That is what's happening. This is just the beginning of the signs in the sky. Now, this devil's comet is, I don't know, like 85 million miles away from us. Are you kidding? But we're concerned about this comet. Last week, this is what was put out on government sites for people to see. I don't have it in a picture, but I'll read it to you. I shared this on Fab 4 Friday. In case of an asteroid or comet that might threaten the United States, NASA will reach out to the White House. The White House will then determine how to notify the public, whether it's through EBS, whether, I don't know. But let me tell you something, folks. This is a warm-up. We're being warmed up. But this is what I know. 4 years ago, there was a warm-up. It started. I remember the end of the last 3 months of 2019. I used to speak to Dennis about it. I saw them warming up. This is a warm-up again. But this is what I believe. This happens again. The people who are with us will pivot this whole thing and use it to eradicate those that are left. I believe it. I believe that in my spirit. Now, let me just say this, and then I'm going to take questions and talk to you guys in the chat. I might go down this road. This is very kind of important, so I will do that. But I am not a person that lives in fear. You know that. My husband can tell you that. We actually went to Jamaica many, many years ago, and I didn't want to. We were on a cruise. And it was my husband and I and our youngest. She was very young at the time. And we were on a cruise. We got off in Jamaica. And I don't like to take the normal tours. I like to go where the locals go. That's just me. I'm very adventurous. So we got off and we went, and I said, let's go down there. Look, there's people there. And so we went off the beaten path where the tourists go. And we went down different streets and everything, and we ended up in front of a bank. And lo and behold, within about 5 minutes, the bank was being robbed. Now, my husband is grabbing me and our daughter, and I'm trying to get around the corner, and I'm ducking behind a car because I want to watch it. Yes, this is the truth. So this is me. And I had to say that because of what I'm about to say. Being prepared is not the same as being in fear. Being prepared. Okay, what does that mean? What do I mean by that? If we should be down for a while, have a barrel or a big bucket. I'm going to give you a few tips here. Barrel or big buckets or something that you have around the house, pans, whatever, and leave them outside. So when it rains, you can collect that water and keep it. You could go on anywhere and a few dollars. You get drops that you just put 1 or 2 drops in that water and it purifies it for drinking. Get yourself cans of things and soups, and just have them. Buy a couple here, a couple there, and If you were down for more than a couple of weeks, people are going to look for gas. Leave your car outside of your garage. Open the gas tank thingy. Undo the gas, what you put the gas in, let it hanging, and take all the gas out of your car. They're going to see that, and no one's going to break into anything. Okay? Little things like that, no matter how long we're down, if we go down at all. But I always say, no matter if nothing happens. Somebody said crackers and peanut butter. There you go. Get yourself 3, 4, 5 boxes of crackers. Get yourself a few jars of peanut butter. Yes, pet food as well. Keep gas in your car. Have a plan of what to do. Don't be like an ostrich and have your head in the sand. It's very important you're aware. Go online and look for different people that are giving you preparedness tips. Again, nothing to do with fear. Nothing at all. Wisdom. It's wisdom because medications. Yes, Lynn, thank you. Medications. Just to have on hand, just in case. That's all. That's all it is. Being wise is something we should always do, but no fear. Okay, so I wanted to give you just a few scriptures out of the book of Enoch, okay, that will tie up what I'm talking about here and tie up what I was talking about Monday. Scientists say the sun is 400 times the size of the moon, yet in the sky they look the same size. Okay. If you wait on a cloudy day, so you can look at the sun. And if you look at it on a cloudy day when the sun is going down or going away from us and the moon is coming toward us, you will see they are the same size. People say, and the reason I'm bringing up Enoch is because there's a lot in that book, and I'm reading it right now, that talks about a lot of this stuff in signs in the sky and gives you a basis for it. Now, Enoch is mentioned several times in the Bible. The book of Enoch was part of the canonized Bible until the 1500s. And so I'm going to read you about that for those that are saying it's not a Bible book, like Caroline Phyllis. Thank you so much for saying that. I'm going to explain to you how books, Caroline, for you, my friend, and for several others, how they canonize the process of the Bible, okay? The canonization process of the Bible is the method by which certain books were chosen and incorporated into the biblical canon. This has happened in 1500s, 1600s. This process involved a thorough evaluation by religious authorities to ensure that the selected books were divinely inspired and in line with their present teachings and the beliefs of the faith at that time. The book of Enoch differed, and so did other books, all the other books in different communities, okay, in the Vatican, in different places, the kings and the rulers of that time. They differed in what they felt should be in the canonized Bible. And it differed amongst religious communities. And that took place over a period of several centuries. Criteria, this is what they went by: apostolic authorship, adherence to their established teachings and widespread acceptance among believers were utilized to determine which books were to be included. Now, most people do not realize, most people think that what the apostles did and Paul that wrote it and everything, and those were the things that were there, and that's what made the Bible. It's not what happened. Men ended up remember, this is very good. Remember the Nicene Council in 325 AD changed a lot in the canonized Bible. How can we get a true copy of the Book of Enoch? Okay, don't kill me for this, but I bought mine on Amazon. The Ethiopian church. Yes, Samson saying the Ethiopian church. Where are you? I don't want to lose you. You got some good stuff, Samson. I was reading it before. The Ethiopian church said Enoch is real. Why doesn't that count? Well, let me tell you one more thing. The Russian Orthodox Church says the Book of Enoch is real. So the Apocrypha was taken out of the Bible. Absolutely. Look, let me just say, okay, we got to be very careful. I don't believe everything should be part of the Bible. But what bothers me, as you must understand, is that the NIV version of the Bible, things are being taken out as we speak. Anything having to do with government is slowly being removed. You watch what is happening. King James is slowly following suit. I found that for me, and I've yet to buy one, but I'm going to buy one. I believe it's the Geneva Bible. Am I right, guys? I think that's the one I was talking about. And Dennis, if I'm wrong, maybe you can text me. But I believe it's the Geneva Bible that has everything in our Bible that's in it. It was before they got to it and took out more things. Do I believe everything that says should be part of the Bible should? No, I don't. But I believe when I read like the Book of Enoch and everything that has been changed, like the shape of the earth and like different things like that, speaking the Nephilim, is in that book. I know it exists, but I can't find it anywhere else. Then I know that book is probably. I have not read the Apocrypha. I was Catholic. I am non-denominational now. I don't believe denominations are of God, but I respect you if you believe you're Pentecostal, you're Catholic, Baptist, whatever you are. Praise the Lord. I respect you 100%. But it is the Geneva Bible. Queen Esther, thank you. Yes, Geneva Bible. That's the one I'm going to get that Bible and I'm going in there now. I'm going to start it as soon as I read the book of, finish reading the Book of Enoch. So let me continue. The criteria used to determine which books were included in the Bible now listen to this, were primarily based on their authorship, authenticity, apostolic origin, and doctrinal consistency with established beliefs of that time. That's frightening, guys. Book of Enoch completely removed by man in the 15th century. It includes teachings about fallen angels, apocalyptic visions, points to other truths about government, religious leaders. They didn't want people to know. Okay, so I'm going to do one more thing and then I'm going to take questions and I'll close it up. Book of Enoch, chapter 78, verse 3. There are two great luminaries. The luminaries are the sun and the moon. The size of their circumference is both alike. I'm saying this to you because you're going to see a solar eclipse where both sun and moon are the same size, one passing by the other. That is the truth. there is not this huge 400 times the size of the moon. Now, it does say that the sun is 7 times brighter. And we can see that. It says if you go on a cloudy day, just what I told you. So we've got to be careful that we don't get so caught up in what has been repeated over and over again that it becomes truth, and that the truth repeated over and over again, so many people learned that it becomes culture. And now we're believing things that are not true, even about the book of Enoch, when Enoch was the only one that God took up with him and he stayed in heaven. So I think it's very important that we understand biblical foundation. I still use, I go into the ESV, King James. I'm really veering away from NIV now because so much was taken out. If there isn't that because of the difference in distances, they're actually, bless you, they're really not any further away. They're both the same amount of distance away. One is not further than the other. They say 400 further. Yes. Okay. I'm sorry. There's someone else that had a question. I can't find it. I'm sorry. Yeah. Alamar, the Geneva Bible is where I'm going right now. Yeah. Patricia Hamilton. Yes. Yeah. Jesus was not about religion. Yeah. Elites use religion. Let me go down. Okay, Jeanette, I see your question. Okay. From your first off the cuff, do you disbelieve those who are saying they go on trips to heaven? If so, why? Okay. Wow. All right. That's a heavy question. How can I say this? Because I am a kind person, and God has not called Dennis or I to condemn anyone. But that said, I go into the Bible and I look at the experiences of few of the prophets, the experiences of Paul, the experiences of many other, even Enoch, the experiences of, Jesus had with Elijah. I see those and I know those are true. I don't know if the other ones are true. Now, where I question is when many who call themselves that say things that I know are not true. So this is what I do, Jeanette. I look at the history of people. I look at the history of Kim Clement that I worked with. I know personal things. I'm living proof that something he said was going to happen happened. Now I'm waiting for the other things to happen. He said I was going to head up a film company that was going to rival the biggest companies out there and was going to be all inspirational films and TV shows. I look at him. He's a man. Did he miss it? Kinda little teeny things here and there? Maybe he did. I don't know of any, but maybe he did. But if I go into those who are saying, I did this, I did that, I came here, I was there, I saw this, I saw that, and then they've prophesied that this would happen, and that would happen, and that would happen, and that would happen, and they didn't. You see, I'm not calling myself a prophet. If people see me as a prophet, then people call me a prophet. If I'm that, I don't have to prove that I'm that. And what's interesting is I was just speaking to someone last week and they said to me, I was listening to one of your shows from a couple of years ago, and you said that at the end of June, RVW, okay, that law was going to be rescinded. The end of June, it was rescinded. You don't even know that. I don't tell you that. I say things all the time that come to pass. Why? I don't have to. I'm not looking for anything from you. I'm looking for only to give. That's all. That's all I'm looking for. So I look at what you're asking. I don't know. It doesn't seem reasonable to me, a lot of it. I actually was on a chat with someone that calls themselves a prophet, and someone had said something, and they said, that was wrong that you said. And the person said, this is true. The person said, I've learned not to give dates. So what they're doing is now they're not giving dates, so it's manipulation. I don't know. Are they prophets? That's between them and God. That's not for me to judge, but it's for me to discern. You need to discern as well. Okay, I'm looking for question marks. More learn this is random, but is gematria witchcraft? Wow, you guys are really going down the hole, aren't you? Let me say this. Numbers are used throughout the Bible. Numbers that are used to prove something to you, so you will believe them, I don't trust. I was into the occult, and I did numerology as part of what I did for a living when I was younger. You gave me your birthday, and I gave you what your life was like, what it is now, and what it will be. I did that. Witchcraft comes in many forms. Many forms. People, even that you know and love, practice witchcraft, unfortunately. Any others? Okay, hold on. You're welcome. You're welcome. I know, Ray Jane, I take questions, no one else. Is tarot witchcraft? Witchcraft? That's a hard word. Is it of God? No. If it's not of God, what is it of? And let me explain to you why. If you have to lay down cards and have faith in what the cards are telling you, that's not being a person that has faith in God. People that do it, I've met people that do it, they're wonderful people. For me, it's not of God. That's all I can say. Familiar spirits, absolutely. Okay. Queen Esther, that's not my doctrine. I don't know, where did the tribulation happen? The tribulation's through the whole Bible. Is this the tribulation? Then I'm not saved, because I should not even be here. Always go back to foundations. That's what we have to do. Oh, how sweet. This is the best channel on the internet. Oh, bless you, Dharma. How sweet. Yeah, this is kind of where I live. When a prophet speak the name of the Lord, the thing follows not, nor come to pass. This is not a thing of Lord, but the prophet, there it is. Listen, everything I'm saying is in the word of God, or you can petition our Father in heaven. What book did I buy? Dennis, if you're watching, can you go on our coffee table in the living room and just get that book for me? And so that I can show you, Jeannie, what book I bought. Okay, let's see. Thank you for answer concerning the visits to heaven. I appreciate your gentleness in answering. You're very welcome, Jeanette. I don't know everything. You're coming to me because I think you hear God in my voice. You're discerning. There is an authority in my voice. Thank you, honey. And I guess that's why you listen. They could be, Eve. She's saying, do you think they are using this event to fake a rapture? I wouldn't put anything by them. Nothing. But understand, guys, I'm in this with you. I don't know who else talks like this. I don't watch anyone. I'm not allowed to. And that's from God. I'm not allowed to. I'm not allowed to bring anyone on my show, and I'm not allowed. That's why I started this. I'm not allowed to go on anybody's show. Dennis and I are doing the Chicago gathering. I don't even have guests. It's me and Dennis and our team. Our road, I said last year, was the size of a fishing line. This year, it's the size of one strand of silk. Now, this is the one I bought for those that are interested. It's the 3 books of Enoch. And then they also included the book of Jasher. I don't know what that book is. I haven't gotten into it yet. When I read things very, very slowly, and I repeat them again and again. Let me look up. Renee's helping me here. I got that question. I'm only going to take a couple more. I don't, Tony. I don't think so. Can I say, thus saith the Lord? Thus saith the Lord is very, very precious to me. I saw God stand up. He said, this was last June, 2023. You look at June and you look at July through the rest of the year and through now. I know when I had the vision, God stood up. He was about to take action. Thus saith the Lord. And I said that. And it happened. I cannot say that now. I cannot say we won't. Do I believe we won't? As of now, I don't believe it. I believe there will be a reinstatement. When? I have no idea. Let me see your other questions. Joy in the Holy Spirit. I don't know of that prayer, but I'll tell you what Dennis and I do. We go through our house with oil, and we anoint all of our windows and doorways, that nothing that is of God would enter. That's what we do. So I would do that every home we move into. We rent, so we move into a lot of homes. Jeanette, I get the Deuteronomy reference, but if that is the basis for all prophecy, that Isaiah would be discounted as a true prophet, correct? No. Isaiah just took years to come to pass. I'm not saying that There's not things that will happen that prophets are saying will come to pass. The problem is that many have said things would and gave a date, or they had a vision, or they traveled into the future, or all these things, and it didn't happen. The issue is, unfortunately, I spend a lot of time being the cheese stands alone. You know that nursery rhyme, the cheese stands alone, the cheese stands alone. That's me, Delora, the cheese stands alone. I said what they said wasn't going to come to pass from the end of 2021, and it didn't. You didn't hear me say, I told you so, because I don't know. You understand? I'm going to do a thing on here talking about the first, second, and third heavens. That should be good. Okay, this is it, guys. You give me so many questions. I don't know, and they're not related to anything. Where? I can't see any more. I'm probably missing them, Renee. I'm sorry, guys. I don't see any after Jeanette. I see none. Okay. Yeah, it helps if you put the question marks before. Okay. That's all the questions I'm taking for now. Watch the signs in the heavens. Watch what they are leading out with in trying to get you used to right now. The warm-up. Watch the warm-up. There are warm-ups happening for people that may scoot in and want to be president if Mr. T, something happens. There are a few of them. They're out there. It's the warm-up. Watch for warm-ups, and you're going to see. Yeah, sure, Tony, right here. This is it. It's good. It's got all three books, and you're welcome, RC. A lot of people are definitely coming to me saying they love this format. I can't do this any other time. I know the hour goes by fast. Look, sometimes they'll stay on longer. I've got a chiropractor appointment. That's the problem. I have to get off. I have scoliosis in my back. It looks like an S. It's like an S. And I'm having issues with it. So I go to a chiropractor and they help me a lot. Thank you all so much. I want to make sure I hit everything. I actually did. Thank you all for supporting. Please subscribe if you haven't. Please like if you haven't. And again, if you're interested in this top or any others, look at how beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous. Go to joyandcountry.com. And there's all kinds of things there. Where do you see this stuff? Go to the new tab. Jenna just put up 60 new things and all kinds of wonderful things, all kinds of sayings. They make you feel stronger than the storm. I wear that a lot lately. Donna, you are very welcome. There is a lot of disinformation in the Patriot community. It's okay. It's okay. God's going to weed it all out. He's going to separate the wheat and the tares. I don't have to do it. All I have to do is give you what he gives me. I love you all. Friday, I will see you at noon. And then Friday night, Fab 4, 6 o'clock on Rumble. And I love doing this with you. I love connecting with you. I wish more people would get in the chat. It's a way I get to connect. Hugs to you too, Sammy, and all of you. Be blessed. We've got a interesting ride coming up, and God is going to show himself faithful. Remember, everyone, as I always say, no matter where you go, no matter what you do, no matter who you speak to, always go in the power of God. Have a great day. Ciao for now.